I think, therefore I am. Rene Descartes. This is a quote Abby lived by. Even when she was very little, Abby always seemed to be pondering the universe. She questioned everything, from the highways to the unanswered questions about the universe. She was like a little philosopher in that regard. Abby was also a vicarious reader and loved to write. She always had her nose stuffed inside a book or was writing poetry. She was a thinker, a feeler, and most importantly, loved the people in her life very dearly. Abby was an old soul, in the sense that she was very deep and surface level topics bored her. Abby also had the biggest heart for the underdog. It would infuriate her whenever she saw someone treated as though they were less than. She would always speak about injustices, such as someone being wrongly convicted or another law made against the LGBTQIA community. She was a huge advocate for mental health and believed the system was flawed and drastically needed a change. In fact, her very first job was working with kids with autism and other special needs. It was here where she first dreamed of developing applications to help kids with challenges such as these. Abby was a beautiful soul from the inside out, a very loving heart, a heart that showed true love and care. She was also very easy to love. She was a hugger. She just loved to hug you. She would walk up to you and hug you, wrap your arms around you. Her hugs could warm up your heart. She was rather introverted and in her head a lot, but those few closest to her knew that they meant the world to her. She was very thoughtful, a very good listener, attentive, and thoughtful. She was also as open minded as a person could be. She was the type of person you could never hurt because of how loving and sincere she was. Up until very recently, Abby worked at Walmart and was very dedicated to her job and her schoolwork. She took her duties very seriously. She always pushing herself. She never wanted to disappoint herself or let anybody down. Throughout high school, she was a very involved student, doing activities such as drama, band, and played the piano. Abby was the type of person that also allowed herself to change. This was so important because this allowed her to grow and blossom into who she was supposed to be. Throughout her life, Abby reached very low points where she felt that she was stuck inside a black hole that she couldn't get out of. A glass half empty person, Abby was not without her struggles. But I think the trait most admirable about her was that even though she was down a lot, both on herself and outwardly advanced, she never stayed in this place. At one point, at one point she was afraid of her own skin, afraid to move forward, afraid of making mistakes, afraid to be rejected, afraid to apply for a job, afraid to be anything or anyone. Despite this, I think she worked to better understand herself and challenged her mind to keep moving forward. She reflected a lot, both how she was doing, who she was as a person, outwardly advanced, and well, everything. Abby was a deeply tenacious individual, which some people just called stubborn. When she believed in something, someone, or something, though, she believed in it fiercely. When her mind was made up about something, there was no changing it. When she was for a cause, it was firm in the words she spoke and the fierce, determined look in her eyes. She was the type of person that wanted to turn every single weakness she had into a strength. For instances, when she was in high school, she struggled a lot with math. However, even when she tested into remedial math at community college, she didn't let this stop her from pursuing a career in the STEM field and making it beyond calculus. She had a mind that was always buzzing with plans and unexplored ideas. She bounced back and forth with the type of career she wanted to do. Abby had many dreams, such as traveling to different places that were unfortunately cut short. She had so much life on the she had so much life in her, and her 21 years on this planet weren't enough. Abby accomplished so much, though, and she is survived by her mom, dad, and brother. She will always be remembered.